Okay guys, I'm going to go ahead and screencast how to do the top and put your caterpillar in. The first video, obviously, I constrained those cams onto that crankshaft and constrained the crankshaft onto the box. First thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to place some holes across the top of this, 8 of them, that will be where the follower can come through and connect to the caterpillar. So I'm going to start by coming up here to where it says top. That's that piece. You can see it gets highlighted. I'm going to click that circle. Everything else grays out. So what I'm doing is I'm actually modifying just this top piece right now. So I'm going to go ahead and hit sketch, go to the top. I can revert position. It does not matter. Now, I'm going to make sure that these holes are directly above the cam. So I'm going to do that by projecting. So I want to see that cam on top. So by hitting project and then hitting that, hit OK, and then I'll go back to the top view. Now all of a sudden you can see that I am on there. So I'm going to draw a line from there to there, and then a circle at the midpoint of that line. So that's directly over top. That circle is going to be 0.25 inches in diameter because I'm going to use 1/4 inch dowel rod. And that is what I'm looking to do. Okay, so there's that. Now I'm going to create a pattern. Let's see, it'll be a rectangular pattern of that, and then I'm going to go that way, and I'll go to spacing of 5 inches or 0.5 inches, just like I did on that, and I will make 8 of them. So that will line up. If you look, you'll see that those line up perfectly over those because I followed the same pattern I did when I did that. I'm going to now finish my sketch, and then I'm just going to do an extrusion of this one, this one, this one. Oh dear. Both of those halves, this one and this one, a little bit easier. And then I'm going to drag that arrow down 1/2 inch, and it's going as a cut, and I'm going to hit OK. So now what I have is I can look through there and see. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create vertical followers that will push down through these holes right on top of the cam and then connect to the bottom of my caterpillar body. So I'm going to do that by a pattern. So I'm going to come back up here to the caterpillar. I'm going to click on that button. So this is my overarching. So everything is now live again. I'm going to come up here, hover, and I'm going to hit right click and hit new component. And I'm going to call that follower. All right. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and sketch. I'll sketch on this top surface so I can just use these circles and line them up. I'm going to go ahead and go to the center of that circle, drag out, and I'm going to hit 0.25. Now, obviously, a 0.25 follower and a 2.25 hole would be a little bit big, but we'll shrink that down in a bit. I'm going to finish that sketch. I'm going to extrude this circle I just made. I'm going to make that 2 inches long to start. So that's 2 inches. I'm going to hit, actually, I'm going to make it 2 1/4. 2.25. Hit enter, and now that's in the right place. That is not locked in that position. I'll have to go through and join them here shortly. But I'm going to go ahead and create a pattern, or perhaps maybe I'll copy the component. Okay, I'm actually going to pattern these followers. So I'm going to go to create pattern. It'll be a rectangular pattern. I'm going to change this to components, the object type. For the object, I'm going to select that one, and for the axis, I'm going to select any line that's running in that direction that I want to do. And then I'm going to change this to spacing. I'm going to change this to -0.5. Oops, perhaps it doesn't need to be negative. It'll just be 0.5. And then I'm going to make 8 of them. So I'm going to click that up, and that way I'm going to hit OK. And now what you'll notice over here is I now have follower 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which that's very helpful. So the next thing I'm going to have to do is I'm going to put these into, I'm going to join these so that they slide through here. Right now, if I were to grab any one of these, I'd freely move it. I grab that, I'm going to hit Control Z so as to align it easily. So I'm going to come up to Assemble, Joint. Notice everything jumped back available. I'm going to come over here and I am looking at, this is going to be a slider joint. So I'm going to come back to position. I'll use that one and that one. And then I'll take a look at this. Let me move this over here, make sure it is what I want. And then hit OK. And let's see if so that slides directly up over top of that one. If I come back over here to the left, I'm going to click on this, and you can see that that will sit. Now the actual follower will round over the bottom and in theory, but that'll do that. So I'm now going to go through and do that for each one. So I'm going to repeat that process. I don't believe I can do that with a pattern. I think I have to do them as individual joints. It will stay slider. So I'm going to choose that one and that one. Hit OK. And then assemble. J is the hotkey, so I'm going to start using that. I'm going to choose that one and that one. And hit OK. And then I'm going to hit J and that one and that one. It did not. Oops. That one. Hit OK. And then J. Move this over a bit. That one and oops. Looks like I did a poor job. That one and that one. That. Hit OK. And then hit tap J. That one and that one. Hit OK. Tap J. That one and that one. Hit OK. Hit tap J. That one. Oops, gotta cancel that one and I'll hit OK. All right, so now I'm going to go and check these individually real quick. Yep, that's sliding. That's sliding. That's sliding. I'm trying to move these laterally and it won't, and that's wonderful. Yep. Okay, so right now this will work. What's going to happen, you can start to see this action that as these go around and around, that'll push them up and down. So these will bob up in a geometric pattern. Looks like there's, 7 phases or so. So next thing I'm going to do is put circles on top of this. The front circle I'll probably doctor up a little bit to do this. So I'm now going to do that, but I'll start a new video for this. So I have the pushers in, or the followers in here, and we'll add to this.